Welcome to episode 8, where we're going to be covering some Tom Hanks movies. We have a lot.
We have a lot to get through. We won't spend too long on each of them, but this is obviously just the ones that are.
We're just going to pull them at random.
Yeah, I actually think I have more Tom Hanks ones up there, but these are the ones in the Tom Hanks section.
In the section, yeah, right, okay. So we go with The Terminal. Great wee movie. Tom Hanks gets stuck in a terminal and he lives there for a good few years, I think, until his visa's figured out or something.
Steven Spielberg, based on a true story. Charming, heartwarming, brings a tear to the eye.
Yeah.
Nice movie.
And it ends nicely as well, so.
That Thing You Do is a typical band making it movie. This was a reference that I used when I was making my own movie, Dublin Crust. And it's quite charming, and the song that's in it is very, very catchy. It's quite long. It's quite a long movie, but it has a lot of heart and it's quite funny. So yeah, definitely.
I actually don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's a good one.
Castaway, which I know Baz wanted in his pile. It's fantastic.
It's one of my,
another true story.
Is it? No, it's not. No.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Robert Zemeckis directed it, but it's one of my. I've watched it so many times. I can switch my brain off. I keep going back to it, and I just love it. And the whole how he changes from having no time for his family and how his whole personality changes. Yeah, I love it.
The premise of the movie is plane crashes. He's stuck on a desert island by himself, and he makes friends with his little football.
That's what I should say on the cover.
That's the whole synopsis, right?
Yeah. So he works for FedEx. He's all about time management, and then when he's on the island, he's no time. But your synopsis is better.
Thanks.
Cloud Atlas, Divided. A lot of people, critics, people in general, it is like unbelievable feat of filmmaking. You haven't seen it,
no.
Tom Hanks makes up his own language in it, and it's like it spans through generations, and he plays so many different characters in it, and it's quite a lot for your brain to sink in. I think on second watch I enjoyed it a lot better, but an incredible feat of filmmaking. So
okay, definitely give that a watch.
Yeah,
there you go.
Halle Berry's in it as well. She's really good
in it. Joe versus the Volcano. I've never seen this.
One of Tom Hanks' first ever movies, with Joe Dante directing. Yeah. I haven't watched it in a long, long time, but it's just your typical Goldie Hawn. No, Meg Ryan.
Sorry, I was getting
so then they obviously rekindled for Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, Ryan. Yes.
It's a long time. But yeah, as far as I remember, it's quite a lighthearted kind of rom-com-y kind of a romp. I think he's quite neurotic in it, or weird in it, but yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Cool.
Road to Perdition. Movie I should like more.
I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
I don't know. Doesn't do much for me.
Period piece. But I thought it was a very good movie.
I don't know. I just remember it being very slow moving, and I've ADHD.
I felt the acting in it was really good.
Yeah, and
by everybody,
brilliant, and the script is great, and but it's just one of those movies that I'm like I should really like, and I've tried to watch it lots of times, but I just never found myself gripping onto it.
Movies don't always grip you, and that's the whole point of movie making, is that it's going to play into somebody's wheelhouse and others.
It was critically acclaimed, and a
lot
of people
love
it. So, yeah, something to do with that. Jude Law, great. Paul Newman.
Now, Forrest Gump. So many one-liners in this are famous across time. Yeah. Box of chocolates, Lieutenant Dan. Just this movie spans his life. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? You need to watch this movie. It starts off with him being a child. He has issues with his legs. He grows up. He joins the army. He becomes a ping pong champion. He meets the president. He gets a Congressional Medal of Honor. And then he becomes a shrimp boat captain. And it's a brilliant, from start to finish, of somebody's life. Who has additional leads, by the way. So it's actually an early on movie that covers somebody who has additional leads.
It won 6 Oscars. Robert Zemeckis, the same cast as Castaway, director. And I love it, and it does really well. There's a lot of people who hate this movie.
Really hate it. I can't imagine why you wouldn't like this movie. It's so good. It's funny as well.
I don't know if it's like one of those movies where it's cool to hate it or something. I don't know.
Maybe so. I don't know. But anyway, great watch.
Splash. John Candy,
absolute classic,
brilliant. Such like this will be like fond in a lot of children's minds from that era. It was one of those movies where you grew up with that.
Yeah. Was it around the same time that it was Mannequin came out. Was it kind of?
Yeah, kind of similar, yeah, and it has a similar vibe
Yeah,
to it, you
yeah.
know, yeah. But Daryl Hannah in it, and the edited version now on Disney, they cut out the bit where you can see her bum on the beach.
Oh, because it's not
Because
PG.
so there was uproar about that, but great movie and holds a place in a lot of kids from that era's
Yeah,
hearts.
good movie.
Definitely.
Next is The Green Mile. Now, this movie is the first movie I ever cried at as an adult. It is soul crushing. Like when it gets to the parts where it makes you cry, like it's very sad, but a very very well told story.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's so good.
Stephen King adaptation, obviously. One of the rare times, I was just saying this earlier, one of the rare times though that I absolutely love this movie. I think it's incredible. But when I read the book years later, the book is actually better than the movie. I know it's very different, but the book is so good.
Which is usually the case. Books usually outdo the movies, like because there's so much more context in the book. But I've never read the book, so I can't actually agree with this.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I've seen movies where I preferred the movie, but like that and like Gone Girl, the book of Gone Girl is, and I love the Gone Girl movie.
It is better,
yeah. But yeah, the book and just the movie in general though is incredible.
Yeah, and the relationship he has with the prisoner, that's the main part of the story. It's so good.
So good. The Burbs. You know, what a nostalgic, again, has
fun movie.
A fun movie. Yeah. And I've watched it so many times. I rewatched it this year.
I haven't watched it in a while.
I don't know if it held up as much as I thought it did.
Oh.
You know, just one of those you rewatch it and it's like, yeah, but it is still, it's a fun romp.
Still good for nostalgia though.
Yeah, everybody's giving it socks, and just the creepiness of the family. That's basically what it is. A family moves in next door on a suburbia, nice neighborhood, and they're creepy as hell.
Animal Family vibes.
Yeah, that kind of vibe. Yeah, so fun.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Yes.
So rom-com.
This is the Meg Ryan rekindling.
Yeah.
Huge box office hit.
Yeah, it was huge.
Massive.
I don't actually remember too much about the story arc of this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of, either do I, and it's the son kind of is manipulating, setting them up, and it's like blind dating. Yeah. Oh well, and the second one is they're on the internet doing it, so maybe I'm getting them confused, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched this movie. Maybe I need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah, there you go. We'll all have rewatched this movie.
Yeah. Another classic. Tom Hanks banging out the classics. Turner and Hooch.
This movie had me laughing recently because I'm getting my daughter to rewatch all old movies like from that era, and she was laughing at this movie. She loved the dog, and
he looks like Bruce, your dog. So
he does kind of look like Bruce a little bit, yeah. But he's just this big dopey head and the slobbers, and his relationship growing from hating the dog to end up just loving the dog, and it was a very heartfelt movie towards the end. Like you really kind of see that relationship between a dog and its owner.
Yeah. And another emotional one, not as bad as Marty and Me, but like it is emotional, but great fun for the kids. This and kind of Beethoven, the two.
Yeah, at the same era,
dog movies. Well, this was way before Beethoven.
Probably the best, in my opinion, war movies of all time.
You only watched it again recently, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the missus watch it for the first time.
Yeah. And who's the cameo that you were all excited about? Tell me.
Vin Diesel is in this movie. Like, I was like, that's Vin Diesel, right at the start of the movie. And Jenny was like, no, it's not. And I was like, no, that's Vin Diesel. And then whenever he gets shot by the sniper in that scene where he's lying on the ground and he's trying to hand the letter over to the guy, and I was like, told you, it's Vin Diesel.
He's the first. He wasn't driving on the cars and Fast and
Amelia. But a brilliant movie, covers the story arc of there's one brother left out of a family that's on behind enemy lines. Tom Hanks and his band of brothers are set the mission to go retrieve him so he can go home safe, so at least the mother can still have one son out of the four. Very, very, very heartwarming movie.
Well, the beach scene is just like one of the best cinematic
film in Ireland.
It's just, that is like harrowing, that scene.
And it makes it feel so real.
It's the first time that it really, like, the camera, like Spielberg got right in there, and the bits of limbs,
And the practical graphics in this are just so good. Like there's very little CGI
Oh
from
yeah,
what I can
yeah,
tell.
yeah. And 5 Oscar winners,
Yeah,
deservedly so.
brilliant movie if you haven't seen it.
This one should have been in my comedy top picks. I love this movie again. I just gone back and watched it so many times. I don't know if it's a well known one, but
How early in his career was this?
I'm gonna hazard a guess here that this was 1992. That's completely off the bat there. Steven Spielberg presents, but I don't think he directed it.
Okay.
Richard Benjamin directed. But basically, yeah, the premise is that a couple buy a mansion, get a really good deal on it, think that they're quids in, and then the whole place starts falling apart.
It becomes a money pit.
A money pit, like literally. And if you like that kind of slapstick,
I think I've only seen it once or twice.
The bit Tom Hanks gets stuck in the floor. That's my dad's favorite bit. It's just that kind of Home Alone-esque kind of comedy, But enjoyable romp, that one.
So, The Da Vinci Code, a religious movie, which is based off the book. I've never read the book, but I actually really enjoyed this movie for what it is. I'm not religious at all, and I felt that this movie just hit so many marks. Like you don't have to be religious to enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Talks about like the Holy Grail, but it's not the Holy Grail what you think the Holy Grail is. So yeah, very mind bending movie.
Yeah, like Ron Howard movie, and they already had a built-in audience because the book was so popular and so successful that they knew that this was going to be a massive hit, and it hit all the marks, and it kind of brought back that thriller-esque vibe that was missing in cinema.
A couple of twists and turns in this movie actually towards the end, which I wasn't expecting, which is pretty good.
Yeah. What's yours? Another classic, big. Just again, you can show it to your kids, your nieces, your nephews.
Yeah, it's so good because when you're a kid and you watch this, you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, and he can magically become an adult, and that's all you wanted to do as a child was to become an adult, and then as an adult, all you want to do is to be small again. So when you watch it as an adult, you get a completely different perspective of it. But yeah, very good movie.
Brilliant movie. Although, like, it's kind of like with these 80s movies, is it a bit racy in places? Like, as in, like, a bit raunchy for a kid's movie? Or
100%. Like when he's
with
going out with the girl.
And he's a kid.
Yeah.
He's not a kid.
He's 10 or 11 years of age.
When you rewatch these things and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get a different perspective as an adult. But when you're a kid, you totally miss that mark altogether.
Don't get over it. But Tom Hanks is having a lot of fun in this movie. You know, and I love seeing him reciting the song. When people ask him to do it,
and the famous scene in this movie with the giant piano.
Oh yeah, everybody wanted that piano.
Yeah, everybody wanted the floor piano. Next on the list is Angels and Demons, which is the sequel to the Da Vinci Code, which is also based off the book. Still on the religious aspect. Ewan McGregor, brilliant in this movie. Basically, priests are abducted by the Illuminati, and he's on a quest to find out what's going on. It's hints and tricks and finding what's going on, and then it all ends up being like a big twist at the end, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
Yeah, and we watched it a while ago.
Maybe we should watch it as well.
And then Dragnet is the last one that I have here.
Never seen it.
On TV series, and they try to revive the TV series. It wasn't a massive, critically, it wasn't a massive hit, but it was one of the highest grossing movies in 1987, so it still did really well because of the fans from the TV series. But again, not a movie that I remember it being amazing or anything like that, but
worth mentioning.
Yeah.
And last on the list that we have is Catch Me If You Can.
Rewatched this only like the other week.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
it's so good. Leo in this was fantastic. Another point where I think Leo needs more Oscars.
Yeah, you're gonna keep campaigning for that one. Yeah.
He needs more Oscars. Okay.
Yeah.
Was this based on a true story?
True story, yeah.
FBI trying to catch a guy who's imitating pilots and basically flying
checks and just complete con artists. And the cat and mouse aspect of this is
really good. So many close calls where they can nearly catch him and then he doesn't. He gets away and he jukes Tom Hanks a couple of times in this movie.
Yeah,
with a nice ending. Obviously, it's a true story. They end up becoming good friends.
And your favorite Christopher Walken pops up in it.
He does indeed.
But yeah, on rewatch, holds up, funny, entertaining, shot amazingly.
Yeah.
Just I would definitely recommend checking that out. If you have seen it, watch it again. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
Yeah.